I can tell you things. Let me tell you about my family. Let me tell you about my old man. Mum and Dad came to the Bega Valley when they were both around 10-year-olds. That would have been about 1874. Yeah, that's when the unions first started popping up all over New South, and when the first test match was on. They was here when they hung Ned Kelly, and when the bloody rabbits first started hooking into the countryside. Dad was a would-be gold digger baker up Bermagui way, and Mum was from Tilba. Her dad ran Caffin's butcher shop out central Tilba. They got married in 1889. The year Henry Parkes wanted a great national government for all Australia. And there was the big row over some new art in Melbourne. Before I come along, they lived near Muttonfish Point, close to the Montreal diggings in Tilba, in a very small wattle dog surrounded by huge widowmaker guns. While outside the valley there was strike after strike. Sailors, shearers, miners. Women got the vote in South Australia, and the bloody rabbits just about did too. Anyway, I came along in 1899 when Aussie boys was getting themselves killed in South Africa. My old man, geez, could he get up there and tell some bloody stories? He loved to scare the shit out of people. Stories that he'd heard, or stories that he'd made up, or stories that he'd heard and then made up. He'd sit in an old stringy-back chair with his cigar and he'd say, "Ask me to tell you a story." And he would. And no matter how frightened you were, you'd always stay to hear the end of the bloody thing. He'd talk about the flashing lights and noisy screams and music that would come up in Bega of a night time like a big party was happening up where they now have the Bega School. But it used to be the Bega Cemetery. He could do a clever impersonation of the wind that would moan through Wollumla just before the Black Ghost would appear up at the diggings. Or the Rocky Hall Monster, the huge black bastard that would shuffle through the scrub and peer into windows at night, driving at least 2 men to suicide. One who threw himself into the Toowoomba when it was in full flood, screaming to his wife about the eyes, the eyes. The other who took cyanide after burning his crucifix and throwing his Bible into his dunning. God almighty, the old man had some stories, because this beautiful valley has its share of the ugly, you know. Like the black mud and crap at the bottom of a clear water river. There was one story he told me that kept at me for ages. It still haunts me of a night time, because it's still so close and yet so bloody strange. In fact, its setting was Montreal. The gold diggings near Bermagui, where our house used to be. The boat was found at Muttonfish Point, which you could see from our veranda. It was almost on our doorstep, and I would walk in the bush on the headlands, and I would walk the length of the Mystery Bay. The beautiful pebbles would twist under my feet. The stink of the coal would fill my smell. The savage break would tug at me, and I would wonder, what happened? What happened? What happened?
Come, That's what Mr. Exton like it.
Ah, shut your jaw, you.
Exton?
Yeah. Okay, freeze! The year is 1880. And in September, these goldfields opened to the world. It began with the rush of the Chinese from New Zealand to our yellow ground. Then came the miners from the land to the coast, attracted by the climate and the beauty of the area. Cabago and Bega shut up, packed up, and came here to Montreal. The tea tree was cleared and the shaft sunk. A reporter came down from the Sydney Morning Herald and called us all fine, stalwart fellows. We were hard up for meat and sugar and flour and tools, but we had two pubs. We were diggers. We were Montreal. We flourished. And then came the government. Tell Peter.
What?
A surveyor, Mr. Exton, a surveyor. You know, he'll look over the field and then he'll report back to Her Majesty.
Aye, good or bad?
That remains to be seen.
Well, when does this top arrive then?
Later today, Mr. Exton, later today. So be on your best behaviour and don't give him any of that cheap rum.
Freeze! And with drama at an end, we can start to weave the web, and with action on the wane, take a crawl down Mystery Lane. Now in Bermagui is Mr. Lamont Young, having sailed in early this morning on the good ship Truganini. A 29-year-old Englishman, an associate of the Royal School of Mines, and a bright fellow of the Geological Society. A tall man with a big beard, he is an accomplished and conscientious worker. With him is Herr Maximilian Karl Voldemar Schneider, his trusty assistant. Mr. Schneider wears a huge scar down his left cheek, and his face is disfigured by spectacles, which he says were received during a sword fight while in the Austrian army. That day, Mr. Young had two luncheons. One with Mr. Keatley and one with Mr. Berry. Peter Ekstrom met Young later that afternoon, and at 6:12 that evening, a man named James Henderson spied Young making for his camp. And that was that. Mr. Lamont Henry Graham Young was never seen again.
My dearest Dora, I finally arrived at Montreal Fields. Carl and I landed at Bermagui today and so on to Montreal. The shafts are yielding more than I would have imagined, though I suppose it's logical to assume that the gold is here in the form of delta from further inland. Carl likes it very much here. He continues to sigh and mutter "schön, schön" to himself. The raw beauty of the land has him entranced. Araluen, Yass, Gundagai, Braidwood, Harden, Albury, none of those places caught the almost mystic air that these forests and beaches hold. Gold may or may not be in the ground, but it is almost certainly in the air. Oh, my dear Dora, I do wish you were here to share it all. The climate is most mild, though the sky is a brilliant blue, and the sun is a giant for most of the day. I wear my hat and keep away from the sun. I feel better than I have felt for months, Dora. All traces of my horrible illness seem far behind me. We have our camp at Barter's Hole, within walking distance of Montreal. However, on Monday we will remove camp to the heart of Montreal. Close to the town is a bay known as Muttonfish Point. It is indeed the most mysterious bay I have yet encountered. It's littered with fine stones of astounding variety, and tall, jagged outcrops of rock appear close to the shore. The caves that gouge the headlands are deep and dark but beautiful, and I intend to return to the bay to explore them. Tomorrow I have planned to go fishing with Constable Berry, and to attend a luncheon with Mr. John Hobbs at Tilba, close to here and the mysterious bay. Again, darling, I'm sorry that I must be away from you at this time. I promise you I shall be there when our child is born. However, my duty calls, and from it I shall not turn. all my love to our children, and I send you my fondest wishes. With all my love, Lamont.
Constable Barry! Constable Barry! Sir! I know I saw him on the beach earlier this morning. Constable Barry! Sir! Constable Barry! Constable Barry said, we found a boat on Mutton Fish Point, sir. I suppose it's a ship's boat. No, sir, I found a book from the stern ship's boat. It says Montreal. It's a geology book. Have me to the boat. Show me what you found.
Vomit!
Beg your pardon, sir.
Vomit! Someone has been sickened from the boat here.
Good heavens, look, fishing line.
Aye, clothing and potatoes,
Private papers.
eyeglasses, a flute.
A boot, a cape.
Aye. Constable Berry, I want you to make careful note of everything found here.
Yes, sir.
Johnson, I want you to form a search party and search the whole surrounding area for any trace of Mr. Young and his party.
Yes, sir.
And I wonder who else was in that boat.
You know, of course, who owns this boat?
Why, of course, it obviously belongs to...
Yes, it was docked in Montreal today. It belongs to...
To Thomas Towers. He and his companions arrived a short time ago. Where are they? I was to post Mr. Young for luncheon today, but he failed to arrive.
Oh?
We worked and discussed his survey of Montreal.
Oh.
I have an idea. Shall we try and find exactly who it was owned this flute and these eyeglasses?
Don't be stupid.
I'm sorry, but I shan't be. Mr. Young also is an acquaintance of mine. I wish to know what has become of him. Mr. Kidney, kindly make your report on what you have so far concluded.
Henry McCrummon Gately, I'm a magistrate at Montreal and a warden at Goldfields. A boat has been found washed up on rocks here. Supposed to belong to a fishing party. Boots and other articles in the name of Mr. Lamont Young have been found within. It's obvious he's been lost with all hands.
Finish. Look.
Gold! There's got to be gold here somewhere!
Mr. Berry, excuse me, but I've noticed here that you haven't put any of Mr. Schneider's effects on this list, even though we know for a fact that he was in the boat.
I'll get your extra.
You're a troublemaker.
That's a very interesting point, Mr. Exton. Why?
Gold! There's got to be gold here somewhere!
This is Billy, sir. He's the Montreal idiot.
Yes, of which there seems to be more than one. Hello, Billy.
Young, everyone's thinking young.
£10 to the man who can find me Mr. Lamont Young's body.
Oh, 10 pounds, I can go on holidays for 10 pounds all over here.
A great number of people are going to be interested in the outcome of this case, Mr. Keatley.
Aye.
Mr. Berry. A great number of important people in our police force.
Oh.
I'm sorry, but no one seems to be interested in a search party. I couldn't find anyone at all.
Hey, Bart, Hobbs has offered 10 pounds for anybody that can find the body. Come down, give your hand back.
Here, look here. It's a fresh camphor and all.
Poison?
My dollars and meat. Here's some cigars.
What have you got there, Constable?
Nothing, sir. Nothing at all. There's an open the sand here.
Give me that bottle, Mr. Berry.
I tell you, it's nothing, sir.
Give me the bottle, man.
Oh, here, look here. A German pipe, one Mutton Fish Pipe. How should I count for this? Good heavens, look at that.
What, where?
Nothing. I'm sorry, sir. I was mistaken.
Now the bottle, Mr. Berry. Give me the bottle.
I'm sure it's of no importance, sir.
What bottle, sir?
The poison bottle that you discovered.
Now, you're mistaken, sir.
There's no good shovel. There's some water here.
Good heavens, does this make any sense?
I have a theory.
Well, I have a theory. I have a theory.
You all have a theory.
Lamont! There's got to be a Lamont Young here somewhere!
Obviously, our efforts here are in vain. We will find nothing more before nightfall. I suggest we all go home and make a thorough
the darkness. Isn't it interesting that our dedicated young Mr. Hobbs didn't make any mention of Mr. Schneider before he left? What do you think?
And who feels like gold tonight?
Old man hangs tomorrow. Who cares? This is much more exciting.
You're a strange woman and man mistake.
Yeah, well, at least we know what poor Ned's fate was.
No mistake.
Yeah. But why is there no sign? We burn and slash the scrub. We look through the cliffs and the ravines. We dynamite the bay in hopes that a body will float to the surface. We drag the creeks and the holes. And what do we come up with?
We found a coat, a hat, trousers, 2 poles, 1 smidge of blood, and a good boot. But what do you want, a bloody narrative explanation?
But none of that proves anything. All those things could have been there any time before Mr. Young disappeared. That's true. Yes, Mr. Ekstrom, hold your jaw until you can account for it all.
Ah, you're all daft buggers. Yet I say that the German had it in for Lamont Young and get them all in.
And the 3 fishermen. Is that true?
And all right, correct. Or maybe 1 or 2 of them was in on the whole deal with them. Yeah.
To be sure. Someone on Bateman's Bay for 10 years with your best mates, and then kill them.
Well, all right, correct. So, the German does the foul deed alone, and then I calculate he had a bite to it, and then escapes like a rat from an aqueduct.
A rat from an aqueduct?
Yeah, like a rat from an aqueduct.
Peter.
Like a
Peter?
rat. Yes, Mrs. Reed.
What?
I beg your pardon.
You haven't presented any sort of reason or motive for Mr. Schneider's actions. Why?
Oh, stop making sense.
You stop making noise.
I've been sailing up and down this bay for nigh on 35 years. And to this day I find myself a digger. And I've been to Muttonfish Point today, and I've been there before. And I can tell you all that that green boat was deliberately placed where it was found.
As a matter of course it was, you old sea dog. It was a staged event.
But why?
The police are really on the move for this, are they not?
They are not, and no mistake. The enemy grow weaker and more unable to cope with situations like this every single day.
Freeze! Meanwhile, the top guys are all but knocking themselves out, trying to find out what happened to poor old Lamont and the other blokes. Actually, that's a load of old crap. Most of them are acting as if they couldn't give a stuff. They're being especially slack in regard to trying to find out more about Mr. Schneider and his possible involvement. Maybe the government are in on the whole thing, There's a thought for the day. Christopher Boyce, where are you when we need you? No, none of the officials seem too concerned. Anyway, meanwhile, fuck it, I can't. There you guys?
Yes.
You're all kidding.
I've got it!
Well, don't give it to me, there's no cure.
Don't be a fool. I know what happened to Mr. Young this pay.
Well, yes, do tell, what? Do tell.
Lloyd and Casey murdered everyone.
What makes you think that, Bart?
Nothing. I apologise if you asked.
Lloyd! Who might you be, my fine young fellow?
My name's Jack.
Oh, Jack.
They call me the Lucky Digger.
Lucky?
Yeah, lucky. That's what I said, didn't I?
Well, go on, tell us why you're so lucky then. Anything to keep our mind off this infernal affair.
Well, a long time ago indeed, I was a poor grubby digger. Just like you, Mobby. Dug, fought and moved on. Dug, fought and moved on. Just as you men will do from day to day. Until the one day came that changed my life from here on into the rest of eternity. It was nigh on dusk. I was riding up from the diggings at Bendigo. That day had been a long haul, and I was just about ready to stop for the night when I started up this gravelly hill devilish hill. I set to investigate. And when I got to the top, there was this gush of warm air. I swear! Straight through my very soul. It leaked in me nostrils and got the hairs on my arm. It was...
Oh, but Daddy,
I'm sorry. Have I frightened you?
no, but please go on.
Very well. I got to the top, and there was no fire. Yet the hill glowed as if it was scattered with embers. I was amazed by the brilliance of the vision. And there was this old lady, more head than human, who stooped amongst it all, picking flowers. Oh, then I looked closely. They weren't flowers she was picking, but nuggets of gold. Each nugget glowed with the same breeze. Forget myself. I raced down the hill and I says to her, so what do you fear? And she looked at me and I said, how? She had a scar stretching across her face. Her eyes glowed a hideous green. Her mouth was fixed in a frightful grin, showing teeth jagged and many like a shark. There was blackness, and I was falling. When I woke, it was daylight, and I sprawled at the foot of that there hill, with my dead father beside me. There was no old woman, but there was gold. Oh my Lord, there was gold. I stayed at that site for 9 weeks, just gathering that magical gold and watching my poor fire run away. And I've been exploiting the luck ever since.
Bull!
Peter, I believe Mr. Jack is telling the truth.
Yeah, bull. Let's say if he's telling the truth, let's see all this brilliant gold.
Mr. Jack, I can justify my reaction to your story just now. You see, we've had a horrible occurrence here. Of which, of course, you've heard. Until now, I've not spoken about this, to which I feel I'm eventually bound to. I've had an experience very similar to yours, Mr. Jack, and it chills me to the bone to recount it. I live close to the bay, more close now than I care to. On the night of the disappearance, I heard a bang, louder than any noise it was, like the beat of a drum, only 1,000 times more. Well, it shook the windows in their frames and it rattled the cutlery on the shelves. Well, behind my daughter ran to the front veranda to see what was the matter. Such clamour you could not imagine. As we looked down onto the beach at the point, from the darkness exploded on earth and sight, and sparks spiralled up and up. And immediately on the heels of that came first awful screams and cries. Then, as frightened as little babies. Well, none of us dared venture into the darkness that night, and none of us slept. And the next morning the boat was found.
Ah, bull! Bull! My boy saw the boat leave Bermagui at 6:30 in the morning the day the boat was found. Nothing, is that right, boys? Right? Nothing could have happened the night before. I still say the German had it in for Mr. Youngman, did he,
No, the idea is too horrible. The motive is so unintelligible. I cannot yet entertain it. But yet I have more to add to this story. You all know old Charles Jaggers, who lives out near the point. He tells me this. But on the night of the disappearance, 2 men appeared at his cottage. Thomas Barrett was one of them, but the other one was not known. But apparently he did not like to show his face. He had a mark like a large scar down the left side, and he did not speak. Mrs. Jaggers said this man radiated to a coldness and a strong evil. Now I wonder, could this man have been a German? But mind you, from the way Charles was acting, he either knows more of this than he cares to mention, or he's lying altogether.
Oh my God! Here's some news for you all. Did you know that John Thomas Sullivan was back in town? There are some that say he was seen in Montreal just yesterday. My God, you mean the John Thomas Sullivan who murdered 6 men in solid cold blood? The ruthless killer of the goldfields here in Montreal. Oh.
Wait a minute. Who's this Jack the Lucky Digger? Gonna be John the Lucky Digger?
Take no notice of that, Mr. Jack. Mr. Jack? Mr. Jack?
darkness falls on a restless cat, and the dawn light sees the frustration of our hard-working, dedicated, and painfully honest police force. Working, working, working at head office in Sydney.
Oh, the island of doubt.
What did you say?
Oh, I said the island of doubt.
What's that supposed to mean?
Island of doubt is like a taste of medicine. It's from a song.
Ridiculous.
And what do we really know about this whole matter? That is to say, my dear Eddie, what have we really uncovered? How have we connected the evidence to concoct a theory?
Hanson, don't call me Eddie.
Oh, you have my sincere apologies, Inspector General Fosbury. Now, why don't we know where the Montyoung is?
Because he's disappeared.
I know that, but a lot above, Edmund. Servants of the government don't just disappear.
Unless they have something to hide.
No, I think we can discount that theory right away. Mr. Young had the purest of records. He was always putting himself out in the service of others, and in the course of his duty, he slept in his office, by God. Oh, and if you're going to suggest the three fishermen had something to do with it, then might I suggest you think again. According to all reports, they were men of the highest character and ability.
Oh, Campen, you're one of the best detectives in the world. Certainly the best of your kind in Australia, and I admire
Please
the way...
inspect the modesty of bids I ever accept.
I admire the way you are conducting yourself in this entire investigation. But I must demand that you inform me of the time you intend spending in my office, wearing thin my rugs, and hitting me repeatedly over the head with your clever theories.
But sir, you're not interested in this case?
Well, yes and no. It's a case like any other. I see no reason to get over emotional about the entire affair.
Over emotional, Edmund.
Obviously, we're not getting anywhere.
But sir,
Why not close the case?
really,
Be done with the horrid
But
thing.
sir! Sir, I really must insist. Are not two heads more powerful than one?
What the devil are you talking about now?
I suggest that after a day's investigations, we come back here, compare notes, and think the evidence through.
Oh, all right. Continue.
Very well. Tomorrow I shall return to Bega, and from
Bega?
there...
Where's Bega?
It's on the south coast, sir, close to Bermagui.
Bermagui? What's Bermagui got to do with all of this? Why, I've been fishing at Bermagui. Positively charming little place.
So Bermagui, it's where this whole business began.
Oh, no, Captain. Did you not tell me this business began in Canada?
Montreal near Bermagui. Good God, man, did you not know that? Why the dickens would an Australian chief inspector be in charge of a Canadian investigation? Have some sense, man.
This is only a question. Tell me about Bega. I may have to go there to investigate this whole ugly business.
Sir, wouldn't it be of more use to go to Bermagui or Montreal?
I don't think my finances would possibly cover such an excursion. Besides, I've never been to Bega.
Well, Bega is replete with delightful and startling surprises, presenting glimpses of enchanting loveliness and scenes of romantic grandeur and wild magnificence are absolutely unsurpassed on this coast or any other coast of the continent, and is roughly the same size as Wollongong, sir.
I see.
Now, sir, about Lamont Young.
Who?
Lamont, Edmund, you really must begin to apply yourself to this case. Public pressure is becoming strong. Why, only this morning I received a letter from Mr. Young's father, General Young.
Okay, and did you say General Young?
Yes, the pressure is really on the police to solve this case. People don't like it when people disappear without a trace. Now, Mr. Young is holding to one theory, that his son, Mr. Schneider, and the three fishermen were kidnapped.
Kidnapped? Kidnapped by whom?
Shanghai. So many seamen jumped ship to head for the goldfields that others are forcibly recruited to man the vessels.
Shanghai? A servant of the government?
But of course, Edmund, desperate captains do not wait to discern as far as the rank of their victims are concerned.
Kidnappers? Shanghai? Never heard of anything so ridiculous. Why, surely these villains would be afeard of the massive retaliation that the kidnapping of a man in the government service would provoke.
Edmund, a man from the government service is gone, and I would hardly call our reaction as a massive retaliation. Now, the letter has this to say on the matter. Now, I earnestly beg of you, my dear sir, whether you entertain the same opinion or not, to take up this line to see what the government, imperial and local, have done in this direction, and by all the means you possess, those who are prosecuted by directions of captains of vessels and dispatches to consuls and agents in different likely ports. And
Another avenue of investigations I beg you to explore is the possible involvement of Mr. Schneider. What sort of person and what character was Mr. Schneider? Where does he come from in Germany? And to whom was he known there in England? Now, I have to follow up on these points.
Good God!
What is it?
A letter from Henry Pounds, His Excellency, to me. Good God! Whereas the following persons, Lamont Henry Graham Young, Government Geological Surveyor, the 9th of October, have not been seen or heard of since, reward offered, satisfactory explanation, facts from the confusion. In the event of a murder or murders having been committed, His Excellency the Governor will be advised to the extent of a free pardon to any accomplice not being the actual perpetrator. Her Royal Majesty Queen Victoria has. Good God in heaven! Her Royal Majesty has expressed interest in the mystery. My mystery!
Oh, good heavens, sir! Oh my God, where's the brain? Oh my God. Yes, come. Who are you? How did you come through?
Oh, by the door, sir, by the door.
I know that. Weren't there guards to stop you?
Oh, yes, sir. But they let me by, being the gentleman that they were, right?
Yes, well, how might I help you?
I come laden with information about the Montreal's case, sir. The Bermagui mystery, Me name be William Byrne, and I did speak with Mr. Young.
Yes, really, when?
Oh, on the eve of the 13th of November, 1880, sir.
Oh, God, you mean he's not dead?
Oh, he's dead, sir. To be sure, you see, he don't sport to me from heaven.
From heaven?
Yes, sir, I tell thee, he came down to me from a vision.
Yes, right, from a vision.
But I tell thee, sir.
Oh, man, you're wasting my precious time.
Mr. Young, he don't spoke to me. There are 3 men, Billy. They are pulling up very close to the side of the boat. One of them is asking for a light. Good God in heaven, Billy, the man in the oilskin coat has hit Lloyd with the door. And now they are coming after us all. I must get away. Lloyd is hurt badly. He's struggling and bleeding in the water. Carl is screaming. There is a swish of an oar through the air. All is black. All be black. All be black. There is one. I can tell you where the bodies of the 5 dead men are buried on the bay, 50 yards above high water mark. And the men who did this 30 deed are brothers! Brothers, Mr. Camfin!
How did you know my name?
I know a lot of things, laddie. More than you could ever know. I have the power of God centered within me.
Insane,
The power of God!
Her Royal Majesty, God save our gracious Camfin. Are you quite well? Come.
Good afternoon, Inspector. May I present Constable Berry from Montreal?
Good afternoon, Mr. Kingsley, Constable Berry. How are we enjoying the Australian climate?
Sir, I think he's referring to Montreal in Australia.
Oh, I see. So you're involved in this Montreal business then, are you?
Yes, sir. I've been carrying out your instructions for the operation to the best of my abilities.
There's a good fellow. Detective William Camfin, of whom I'm sure you've heard, is working on this case also.
So you men have anything new to add to this terrible matter?
Well, sir, we've concluded from
She's
that...
coming here, you know.
I don't quite understand.
Well, she's not exactly coming here, but she's actively involved in the pursuit of the mystery.
I'm sorry, sir, but I don't quite follow your line of thought.
She's not exactly actively involved in the pursuit of the mystery, but she's expressed interest in my case.
Whom, sir?
The Queen, sir! Her Royal Majesty, Queen Victoria!
Heaven?
Yes. So tread carefully, men. Now, what have you come up with?
Well, sir, we have the honour to make the following offer to try and solve the Bermagui mystery. We intend to hire 5 capable men, for Mr. Young, and with these
We
means
trust eventually that we'll be able to solve the mystery. Of course, we shall need top official backing before we contemplate to carry out the search. We're almost certain of success, sir, in the proposed unpleasant undertaking, should the government entertain our proposition, sir.
Ah, the articulate outburst, gentlemen. Very well rehearsed indeed. But I'm sorry to inform you, I shall recommend this offer not be accepted.
But, Inspector!
Anything else?
But, Inspector!
Never to be circulated throughout government and police offices. Every effort made to clear the mysterious disappearance of Lamont Young and party. A general impression, accidentally drowned. Kidnapping highly unlikely. Government reward offered.
Sir, if I may be permitted a word.
Yes, speak, man.
A man named Schneider has been arrested in Vienna after being caught red-handed in his operation of killing 26 young servant girls named Maud.
Oh, Constable Berry, what's the possible relevance of that?
Well, suppose for a moment that this is our man.
That's interesting. Suppose that Mr. Schneider is alive and that he has fled the country. I suggest that a photograph and description of Mr. Schneider be circulated to police forces around the world.
Good idea, William. And if we find this Schneider fellow, well, we'll hold him. I mean, until we can clear this whole nasty business up.
Mr. Kinney, may I speak with you a moment? If these gentlemen will excuse us?
Of course.
Good Lord, let me see. What name more? What is it?
Excellent. Excellent, Mr. Berry. Mr. Camden, Inspector!
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Well, I wish it had been I that had thought of the idea, but the Royal Commission.
A Royal Commission!
Mystery baby case. No one to know it's become my husband.
Aye, this must be a place of evil. My God, it drips from the rocks.
My God, it drips. And no mistake for how it drips.
Oh, Mrs. Casey, why did you insist on bringing this infernal woman? She's mad, I'm surely certain.
Aye, but it may do her some good, Mrs. Towers. It may induce her to her senses.
Induce. I don't believe she even knows she's left her bed.
Come along, dear. We must be done with this ghastly.
There is no lock about the house. This is where they found the boat. There is no lock about the house.
And here they found Thomas's spectacles.
There is no lock about the
Oh, by the Lord above us, shut that woman's jaw!
Hush, Mrs. Lloyd, hush.
Lucy, why did you bring us to this godforsaken babe?
I don't know. It's got something, anything that would tell me what's happened to my husband. What has happened?
Lucy, calm yourself. You're upsetting Mrs. Lloyd.
Oh, what has happened? There is no lock about the house.
Let us sit a while on this accursed beach.
I remember the day he disappeared, the day they all disappeared. In the morning there was a heavy mist.
And it rolled forth from the bay and covered the valley like ice.
Like ice. And it cleared and washed the day that was glorious blue, clean. And then the storm rolled in. Big grey giants flew in across the sky like warriors riding on gusts of air.
Scorching hot air.
Scorching. And the black fellows filled with rain like never before.
By God, did it not pour down.
Look at these caves. They be so dark, so deep. These caves could talk, they'd tell us ever so much.
Wicked, wicked caves.
Can't believe how big
Oh,
there!
protect us that we've came to this hell by sea.
Ah, did it startle you ladies? Do permit me to introduce myself. Billy Burns the name, and lacking an arm cave. Scared of ladies, it's me game.
Where could this could be?
Maybe they ended up in the cave somehow, eh? Maybe the toxic gas here killed them. Maybe they died with their lungs burning each time they inhaled the fresh sea air. the water from the bottom of the ocean, and you will find your husbands everywhere.
Please, God, make them stop!
Oh, did I frighten the poor ladies? Oh, naughty Billy, naughty, wicked Billy! I wonder where the bodies are, tra-la-la-la-la-la. Wonder where the bodies are, tra-la-la-la-la-la.
What did you take, our good men? My husband has been writing to me. Every week letters come. From whence they come, I do not know. But he writes to me. My husband still sends me his love letters. My God, there's something that I did not even hear it. What does he say, Bridget? What does he say? What does a dead man say in his letters? He tells me not to worry on him all the time, like I does anyway. He says where he is beautiful, and that he gets along fine there. He won't tell me what he's doing there, that he gets along fine there. And what does it do? And he tells me he loves me. So, evil one, what do you think of this news? Men writing letters from the bottom of the ocean? Goodness will triumph, for God sees all.
I received information that was classified for the eyes of myself only. I am honored, for I'm one of the few men with the key to this mystery. I know what has happened, and it is of bigger consequence than I could have ever imagined. I shall follow my orders. Though for a brief moment nay, I shall not question the directive. I shall serve my superiors, whatever they will, through to my last.
Excuse me, sir. I'm Peter Estrin from Montreal. I think you wanted to see me. I might have some information for the inquiry.
Yes, dear fellow, it is with you I wish to speak. Mr. Edstrom. Peter. I may call you Peter, mayn't I?
Oh, as a matter of course, sir, you call me Peter.
Dear fellow, we have some very interesting things to discuss.
Oh, all right, then let's have a little
Dear
chat.
fellow, Peter.
Yes.
I'm hellishly frightened. More frightened than I thought it possibly human. When they called me in from Victoria to investigate this disappearance, I thought I could solve it. I was sure I could. And I have. But now I pray to the Lord above that what I can solve I should not be able to. But I can and I will. Despite that the merest suggestion of it can put me into evil hands, that in the blink of an eye can close and terminate my existence. When they called me in, I suppose they thought they had covered their trail so well that I could possibly uncover them. That might have been so had it not been for one small string left untied concerning Mr. Young. I have my duty to do, and I shall do it until my spirit has left my body. I shall see justice prevail, though I may take my hold.
William, there you are. Dear fellow.
Mr. Fosbury.
Oh, call me Eddie, would you? Sounds so much more comfortable, what?
Yes, sir.
Let's get this silly little commission out of the way, shall we? Something on your list there, detective. Who do I call first? Mrs. Philippa Thompson.
Yes, sir.
Show the lady to her seat, would you, Hanson?
Mrs. Thompson.
Dear lady, we wish merely to ask a few questions concerning the so-called Bermagui mystery. Make yourself comfortable. Don't take all of this too seriously, and we gentlemen will do our best to make this a forgettable experience. You are recorded as having mentioned that on the night of September the 9th, the day before the boat in question was discovered, you heard strange goings-on at the beach at fucking Fish Point.
Mutton.
Mutton.
Do you remember the night that they were lost?
I do not remember the night. I was told of it on the Monday morning.
Do you remember going outside your house on that night?
Excuse me, detective. I'll ask the questions around here. Mrs. Thompson, do you remember going outside your house that night?
Well, I heard an alarm. I'm not quite sure what time
this relevance?
Could be, my dear detective. Had you and your husband been fishing lately?
Good heavens, sir! Mrs. Thompson, was your husband home on that evening?
I could not tell you if he was or not.
Do you know the object of this committee?
I know nothing at all about it.
Did you tell anyone about the alarm you had heard?
I forget.
Did you?
I tell you, I forget.
Did you?
Oh, yes.
Do you have anything else you wish to contribute to this investigation?
No.
Do you?
Oh, yes.
Damn! Damn good!
On the night of the disappearance, 2 men came to the house. I knew one of them, but would not admit them. But the other seemed somehow very bad, like a mad dog.
I see.
They gave 3 taps at the window and they wanted to know where the ferryman was. So I told them, and then they ummed and ahed. And then one of them said, "Get up and get a nobbler." And I said, "If you're not out of this, I'll take this gun and I'll blow your brains out." So they went away.
Is this true, Mrs. Thompson?
No.
Call the next witness.
Sir,
Next witness is a man gone, hitherto unnoticed in the investigation into this absurd mystery. But I, in my infinite wisdom and thoroughly impeccable judgment, have decided to call upon this fellow whom I believe may help us solve our problem. His name is Peter Ekstrom, and he hails from Montreal. He has some very interesting stories to tell, of which I have heard myself.
this should prove very interesting.
What was that, Detective Canford?
Oh, it's of little consequence, Mr. Fosbury. Shall I call Mr. Ekstrom?
Yes, fetch forth Mr. Ekstrom, with all speed. Owen, as usual, you shall hold this little mess together, and come up smelling like a rose. Peter, dear fellow.
And how are you, my dear Eddie?
Oh, my God!
Yes, yes.
Take a seat, would you?
Oh, right.
Quite comfortable, lad. This won't take a minute.
Oh, fire bloody away, I've got all day.
Mr. Fosbury, may I see your notes on Mr. Ekstrom? Thank you.
Detective, tell us your story, Peter.
Well, where shall I begin?
I think you know where to begin, Peter. Get on with it.
In that case, I was in the vicinity of the bay the day the murders took place. In fact, I saw it all happen. And I stood on the headlands of Muttonfish Point, and I looked down onto the beach of the bay, and I saw the green boat beached on the beach. And then I saw Lamont Young and Mr. Schneider and some men. And when I was looking, I saw that the men had a gun. The fishermen had a gun, and they started firing on Lamont Young and Mr. Schneider. Well, Mr. Schneider, he threw his body in front of Lamont Young so he could protect Lamont Young. But instead, Mr. Schneider got hit. Oh, and there was a lot of blood, and he was definitely hit because he was definitely dead. And then they killed Lamont Young too, and so he was dead. But I tried to run down to stop him. I ran down, they started firing on me, and I had to run away.
Quite enough of today. Well done.
Why don't we let Mr. Ekstrom tell us what he came here to tell us? Do you not think that would be wise, Mr. Fosbury?
William, dear fellows, given this is all, obviously quite painful for the poor chap, he's done it.
I am serious,
No,
sir!
Captain, what are you doing?
I'm going to nobody interfere. I shot bushrangers before, and I shall not hesitate to do so again. Now, in more civil circumstances, I shall ask the questions. Mr. Ekstrom, I want the truth.
Well, I should start by saying that Mr. Schneider's still alive.
Sorry!
I swear on this office.
Rumors and reports continue to pour in from day to day for 50 years. Lamont's young son, who had been interested in the case in the 1930s, began to delve into the mud and slime that surrounded the investigation. He found out for himself how badly the entire affair had been handled. Detective William Campen disappeared from the public eye and was never seen or heard of again until 1932. When his obituary appeared in a Melbourne newspaper. Peter Ekstrom's death was expertly covered up and explained. The files on the mystery grew until finally, in the late 1930s, the case was closed. The fate of the 5 men in the boat remained a mystery.
I've been round the mines in different places.
I beg your pardon, sir?
I said I'd been round the mines in different places.
What do you mean?
In the old days when there was gold in the ground there for the taking.
Oh, you used to be a gold miner. I see.
Yeah, gold in the ground. I've been round mines in different places.
Where?
New South Wales.
Do you know my father? He used to mine down south.
What's your name?
Yes.
Innes. Innes. No, I don't know him.
What's your name?
Rita. Your old man never mind that. Hello? Narragansett? Bermagui?
Bermagui? Oh, yes. Yes, he had some wonderful stories to tell about Bermagui.
Yeah. I'll bet he did.
Strange about that mystery.
What mystery?
The Bermagui mystery, as it's called.
Make it quiet, lass.
Strange that it was never found out.
No. And it never will be. Not in 50 years or more. Never!
Good heavens, relax. Just relax. Well, how about something else?
Ever read a book called 3 Men in a Boat, Not Counting the Dog?
No.
Neither have I.
Well, must be going. I believe this is my train.
Let me alone. Let me alone. I never said nothing. Nobody knows only you and me, Max. Let me alone. Let me alone.
And that was the end of the story. Gold was sucked right out of them hills, so the diggers drew back off them. All the shafts caved in, and the bloody tea tree came right back thicker than ever, and the saplings took revenge on the clearing the diggers had done in Montreal. Montreal, that brave little city that once held the hopes of thousands of men, women and children. Montreal that had become a symbol for the struggle of a better reality, both good and evil. Montreal became a tangle of dirty scrub and a mess of dips and gravel. Her human candle was snuffed and she became Beauty Point. And the new generations built houses and danced on her grave, and none of them new buggers knew what had gone on under their plastic patios and their concrete tennis courts. How people had gone crazy, sweating their lives away, milking the ground. It was all gone. Anyway, the miners went back to take down the gone for gold signs that hung on to Bega and Bega, and they opened up shop once more. A hell of a lot of diggers stayed in the valley and built families round themselves. And still streams of diggers flood into the south coast from all over the world, because there still was gold. There was still gold in the sunset, the rivers, in the fields and the beaches. And the new diggers came and slept and drank in the gold. The valley settled down, watched the decades pass. My old man kicked the bucket, and then my kids had kids, and they had kids of their own, and that's you. Lamont Young, Lloyd, Casey and old Max Schneider got streets at Mystery Bay named after them, and the rugged bush around the bay became houses, and we all forgot to remember. Mystery Bay got swings and toilets, barbecue, shower and a plaque in memorial to the 5 men that vanished. And some clown shot at it for kicks. Some things were written and that was it. And so on and so on and so on. And then it was the summer of 87. We came out of the winter real sudden and it got real hot. There was a dry wind blowing and we struggled through the dusty days of that summer like flies struggling through a web of heat that stuck like glue. Yeah, I can tell stories, but so can we all tell stories. We make them up, and they're true. True and made up. Reality is but a strange shadow of something greater, something like Montreal. We could talk about a young man named Jones in the summer of 87, when we came out of the winter real sudden and it got very, very hot.
Investigating the Montreal gold fields. The boat in which the party was believed to have been traveling was found holed and abandoned near the site. Subsequently, this cove has been named Mystery Bay. Unveiled on the 10th of October, 1980 by the Honourable R.J. Mueller, LL.Ph.D., Minister for Mineral Resources.
Montreal, the mystery.
Where is he?
In Bermagui. Dead. Remember.
Fisherman!
Be careful. It's dangerous. Be strong. Be careful. Schneider. Read the letters. Read them.
Away! What's happening? The sea is too rough. We must beach and find shelter. Don't be like. Never mind, my good fellows. We'll just thank the good Lord that we're still alive. Oh my God!
Do you know?
Yes, I know. I know. The Bermagui mystery. It's so simple. I finally understand the Bermagui mystery. Diana, you've got to be there. Answer the phone. Diana, Chris, yeah. 2:30 in the morning. Look, I'm sorry, I had to wake you. Listen, it's important. Lamont Young, the Bermagui mystery. I know what happened. What do you mean, Lamont? Who? Lamont Young, the guy who
anyone called Lamont? No? Yeah. No, I had this sort of dream. Don't get angry. Listen, no, don't hang up. Damn it. Shit. Kelly, what are you doing here?
The door was open.
Why are you here?
Well, you know, I was passing through Bega and thought I might drop in.
2:30 in the morning.
Well, hell, you know, I thought you'd be glad to see your little sister.
Oh, could I?
What are you doing up anyway?
I fell asleep working, I guess. Peter with you?
Oh, he was that fight, sir. Mr. Peter Lloyd and I parted company. You know what he said the other night? We went to this party and he was going on about how he...
What now, Cal? Look, don't want to hear that now, honestly. But do you want a coffee or something?
Oh, not in this heat. Have you got a mineral water, orange juice and anything?
Yeah, I have. Coming right up.
You know, just outside the valley, it's really quite cool. It's like there's a pocket of peace here.
Well, we had this terrible wind on Thursday, dried the whole place out. Fires starting everywhere.
Yeah, no, I drove through it.
To local news. Bushfires now completely encircle Bega. Volunteer bushfire brigades have requested the services of the National Parks and Wildlife to start major backburns in the more hazardous areas. At present, no major damage to houses or stock has been reported. However, the Bega Patrol Officer has warned that should the winds gust again, a major evacuation may have to take place.
Should we fill up the bath?
The controversial anti-campaigner L. Graham Young will meet with a group of local residents at Mystery Bay on Saturday. Mr. Young, an outspoken opponent of Britain, will be speaking at the Bega High School Hall on Friday night after visiting Montague Island. This island was recently named in the Fisher Report as alleged gateway for the hard drug network to Sydney. Mr. Young will be meeting local anti-drug campaigners at Mystery Bay before embarking on Montague Island. A spokesman for the Teachers Federation in Wollongong said today,
That guy's got guts. Tell you what, they'll probably do a Donald McCann, don't you, Rick? Chris? Chris, are you all right, Chris? Chris?
Mystery Bay. Leonard Graham Young. Lamont Young. Kel, I had the strangest dream.
Graham Young! 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 What kind of old Graham Young anyway? It's a bit pretentious if you ask me. I don't know, it's a name like any other.
You know, I can't wait to hear him speak at their time. It's about time someone got off their bum and did something about this drug problem too. Not a pack of pennies.
Yeah, all those kids and hippies right into the stuff. Could you get me a dozen stubbies from the cooler and put them in my car, please?
Well, I've got to stand up and be counted if you want to get rid of the dough. Now, is it Bex or Panadol? The Bex today.
Oh, great. Bloody marvelous. Right on. I mean, I don't see how people can believe in this guy. I mean, all these politicians, they're as crooked as Rover's hind legs. I mean, it just amazes me. Anyway, he'll probably be stoned when he gives his speech.
Armstrong, you great twit.
Oh, look, I just say that this guy should be on the stage. The next one out of Bega.
Oh, and I say Graham Young.
Graham Young! Graham Young!
It's silly. Billy Byrne. I don't know why I know this guy, but I do.
Well, all I know is that I couldn't find any banana. Lucky devil.
Well. You've outsmarted us once again, have you, Billy? How's it going?
Chris, what's with all the orange juice?
Oh, my sister Kelly dropped by last night. Taking a young speech at the high school. She reckons if she drinks 2 litres of orange juice a day, she'll be so healthy she can eat all the chocolate she wants to.
What about the beer and cigarettes?
Yeah, to steady my nerves while Kelly's here. I've seen the Jane Fonda workout video 4 times already.
Talking about nerves, what are you trying to do to mine ringing me up at 2 o'clock in the morning spouting some load of garbage?
Look, I told you, I don't remember a thing. It couldn't have been me.
Chris, I know your voice when I hear it. You were going on about Lamont Young and you knew who murdered him and Lamont Young this and Lamont Young that.
I don't know anyone called Lamont Young. I've never heard the name before.
Me? I knew Lamont Young well. I can tell you all about the Bermagui mystery.
That's right, you said that on the phone too. You said you knew all about the Bermagui mystery and who murdered Lamont Young. Who is this girl?
I've taken a notice of him. It's just Billy Byrne. Really strange, something like that.
Mr. Byrne, the Bermagui mystery. When did it happen?
That's easy. 107 years ago. I can tell you all the secrets of the Bay.
Good, Mr. Byrne, we'll get together sometime.
Now you see, you think you see just how things can finally be. Maybe dead or maybe old. Heat that never poured the cold. What happened at Mystery Bay on October the 10th, 1880 was very important. It held overtones of intrigue and danger unlike any that will be seen in Australia again. Lamont Young did die, but there is more to it than that. Much, much more. And here we are in 1987, the heat cluttering every soul to the edge and death on the wind once more. Over 100 years of growth and pain have passed in Bega. You've all got a little tubbier and your taste in buildings and clothing has gone downhill a bit, but still mostly the same. People. Sit back now. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down and watch a delicate web unfold and entangle.
Who are you?
Unimportant.
Who am I?
Important. You are Christopher Jones.
Christopher Jones.
You are an historian.
Historian?
Remember?
I'm an historian.
That's you.
Mysterious names you see on school textbooks like Manning Clark, George Dunderdale.
Christopher Jones.
That's me.
That's you.
One of those people you can get a growing dislike for over the course of your student years.
Someone who you vow to strangle if you ever meet.
That's me.
You've written books.
I wrote the highly memorable The Importance of the Farming Vote in the Hidden Monero Electorate, 1945 to 1950.
And here you are.
Here I am.
Supervising the Big Valley Shire Bicentennial Historic Record Search.
Fun, fun, fun.
A lot of work.
I get by, the weather's fine.
Not too cold, not too hot.
Not too hot. What's a cloud?
What is a cloud?
The heat starts creeping in at 8 in the morning. It's down like 8 today.
Searing, seeping,
The locals tell me it's never been this hot before.
biting, sapping.
Heat that exhausts. Makes you slow and weak. As soon as I came to this district and settled down, the dreams started.
Dreams. It's hot in the dreams and you can't escape. You're in the time of the gold rush era and you see
5 men. 5 men. And I watch them being murdered. Where am I?
the beach. Unimportant. Discover for yourself, Chris. You are the new man. You can stop them.
Discover what? Who are you? I don't understand. Discover what? Help me. I don't understand.
Chris?
Discover what?
Chris?
Help me.
Chris, wake up! You're frightening me. Wake up. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
You were yelling and rattling and mad
warm wind and the beat of the waves is kind of soporific. I had another one of those dreams.
We're having too many of these lately.
You know, when I dream about this place, there's a boat just over there. And it's early morning, and there's a storm. And there's just one thing I can't fathom.
You have got to pull yourself out of this. People are starting to talk. You're starting to look really sick and pale.
Jesus, Diana, this is important to me. There's this question in my mind. It goes round and round. It's like 1 + 1, and the answer could be 2, but I'm not sure. Do you know what I mean?
No, not at all.
I don't give a damn what people think.
Chris, don't get angry with me. I know you're in trouble, but don't get angry with me, okay? Smoke. Must be the National Park.
Bloody big.
Hello.
Afternoon.
Good day, good day. It's a nice day, isn't it, eh?
If you like the heat.
I love this bay. I haven't been back here for long and long.
Don't I know you?
What?
I'm sorry, you just look familiar.
Well, do I know you?
Do you? I feel.
Do you know me?
Should I? Love this bay. Haven't been back here for long and long.
Certainly is beautiful.
Mysterious.
Deadly! Of course, you know what's happened here more than 100 years ago.
Yes, I do.
You know about the Montreal then, eh?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
What do you know about him?
Detective William Camphor, the man who saw briefly through the thick web of lies the Montreal where the disappearance of Lamont Young and 4 other men in 1880, had a son. And that son had a son. And that son had a son of his own called John. And John became a detective like his great-grandfather. And I could tell you a story of how Detective John Camphor came to be in Philadelphia.
Who's this guy?
Billy Byrne, Constable Betty. Silly Billy Byrne, but I did it now.
The name's Terry. Constable Terry. What's he been up to, Paul?
Just trying to dig up his walkway.
There's gold in them there hills!
Dig up his walkway? That's Dexter's public property.
And the public disturbance. And the chopper will lock up and need $10 to leave the line.
O'Brien.
Do-a-dee-dee-dee-dum-dee-dee-day.
O'Brien. You know, that really gets my goat. You scallywags and you've got the world at your feet. You think of what age you were living. Well, let me tell you, sonny boy, you're in for a rude shock. Once you get out of Bega Valley, you'll find things aren't really as hip, cool, and groovy as you think. You wait and see, I've seen your kind before. One minute you're digging up a public walkway looking for gold and trying to bribe members of the police force. And the next you're drugged out, no hope, or lying in some gutter somewhere in Sydney, crying for your next shooter. You're choosing the wrong road, my fine young friend. Now what do you say?
Life wasn't meant to be easy, said the man with no trousers.
Seen it before? Seen it before? Get him out of here, Paul. Lock him up for a few years.
Oh.
Everybody's got to laugh about that.
No, wait, I'll talk. Just don't hit me again.
Shut up!
I'll give you the job on Mystery Bay. Just leave my family alone, Fossy.
Come on, you.
Wait, no, that is too bad.
Terry, what are you talking about?
What? Young. Never mind. Just leave it going. Billy, what can you tell me about Mystery Bay?
Oh, well, as far as I know, it's a smelly little bay up near Bermagui, isn't it? Bit of a tourist attraction type place. Nice caves.
Yeah, but what
They
about...
say it's infested with sharks.
What about...
They love it there.
Damn it! Tell me what you know about the murders.
You know, they even installed swings up there for the kiddies.
What are you down the lead? What are you saying?
Bastard thinks he can hide from me. Well, I'll find out. I'll find out.
Pull yourself together. What are you talking about?
Oh, well, would you like to do something strange? Oh, no, I've got to get my sleep. Take him up to yourself for a while and... Where's he gone? Terrific, Paul. Nice work. When I get in the golf, go find the fella.
But find Billy they could not, for I slipped easily into the heat of mid-afternoon. And then came Detective John Camphor to Bega. Two people meet. Two people who are smothered in the layers of the mystery. At night, two dreamers who struggle with restless dreams, visions, prophecies. Louise Terry, this country constable, sees herself play against the shadow. Dreams in which she watches over an 1880s gold mining village until suddenly, maddeningly, 5 men disappear within her jurisdiction, and to the jeers of an infuriated public, she is unable to find them. Detective John Camphor, this fourth-generation detective, dreams of thick darkness, dreams in which he watches again and again as murders are committed within an arm's reach, and he is powerless to stop them.
Cigarette?
No, thanks, I don't smoke.
No, neither do I. You know, I'm sure I've heard the name Camphor somewhere before.
You probably read about my great-grandpa, William.
William. Yeah, that's it. What did he do?
He was a detective too.
Oh, really?
Yes, he was investigating up this way, actually, in the 1880s.
Who?
My great-grandpa.
Oh, was he a detective too?
That's right.
Amazing. What was he investigating?
I'm not too sure. I meant to find out, in this job.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Anyway, it was something to do with...
5 men disappearing?
That's it. What do you know about it?
Not much. A little.
Yes, well, anyway, he had to contribute to the Royal Commission that was held, the Bermagui mystery.
I think I'm going crazy.
What was that?
Nothing at all. Well, Mr. Camphor, Detective Camphor, sir, all of us here in Bega will be happy to help you in any way we can.
That's terrific.
But tell me this, why does the department seem to think it necessary for Young to have his own security detective guard?
Well, a lot of people in the department seem to think that with this anti-drugs business, Mr. Young has made himself pretty hot, and that a hit may be in store.
What? Hot? Hit?
Somebody might try to kill him?
Oh, never. Nothing to worry about.
Well, be that as it may, we'll still be keeping both eyes open at night. Thank you for all your cooperation.
Oh, no trouble at all. Keep in touch, won't you?
Yes, I'll be back in a couple of days. I've got to go up to Bermagui to organise a trip to Montreal Island for Mr. Young. It'll be a barrel of laughs.
Yeah, well, have fun. And listen, I still think it's ridiculous to worry about Young while he's down here. Nothing happens around here.
I wouldn't be too sure.
Oh. Couldn't find it. Gas flip, but we'll keep it eventually.
Paul, straighten yourself up. You know who that was you just sweated all over? Detective John Camphor. Yes, he's standing as security for Young.
Why?
Because somebody might try to hide him. Honestly, Paul, don't you read the papers?
John Camphor returned to his hotel room to find 2 men waiting for him. Police, they said, and waved small plastic ID cards at him. When Camphor saw the cards, he knew they were more than just police. The 3 men walked together through Bega, and harsh lines of shimmering heat marked their way. The men told John Camphor things that froze him deep inside, despite the heat. And after all, what could he do but agree?
He's not here anywhere. Come on, cover up several. We're gonna circle items.
Well, I suppose there is a certain symmetry to all of that.
Don't worry about being neat. Worry about it working.
It'll work. It'll work all right.
Let's hope for your sake that it does.
Here's a good spot.
Great, I'm starving.
You know, if I wasn't so practical and level-headed, I'd be starting to get really worried about these fires.
Oh, terrific. I just managed to forget about the bloody heaps. Is there a tap around here somewhere?
If there's any real danger, there'll be a major evacuation.
Oh, good.
Yeah, well, there's a new lot up on Big Jack, and they've evacuated Bombala and Rocky Hall. One guy lost 60 head of cattle. They said the paddock went up in 90 seconds.
Oh, terrific.
Try one of those beers, please, Kel?
You better get out of here.
You don't have to tell me twice. Where can I get in contact with you guys when I need you?
Well, you can't camp and you won't.
If it's absolutely essential, we'll contact you. But only if it's absolutely essential.
Okay, then. Wish me luck. Guess I'll see you around.
No! We've got it now! No, escape! I think she went this way. Come on.
Hello, Diana.
Hi, John.
Who was that guy?
John Camphor. I had to
going, Kel? Maybe I'll call you or something.
Oh, hang on, I'll give you my number.
Look, I don't have time. I'll look it up, okay?
Tony? Tony? Strange.
What? What happened?
I went to high school with Tony. I thought I knew him pretty well, but I don't know, it was really strange. He sort of started off okay, but then all of a sudden he didn't want to know me. He was lying like anything.
Why? What did he say?
Well, he said he's going into the real estate business, but that's garbage. In school we voted the kid most likely to become a cop. He always said he could see himself in Asia one day. I wonder.
Chris, you don't think...
I don't think I would want to.
Ah! Yeah, this is how it's all going to end, eh? In this fight, hot winds and fire. Yeah, prepare to meet the doom.
Hey, that doggone pissing on my Harley Davidson kid.
Oh, Bruce and me, hey.
They're harmless, Kelly. They're just a bit crazy, aren't
As long as you're sure.
This is how it's all going to end. Hot wind, fire. Prepare to meet thy doom. Prepare cleansed in flame.
they? Leave her alone, Billy.
Ah, you think so bloody smart, don't you, eh? Don't you? Well, where were you the night Lamont Young bled his heart into the sand at Mystery Bay? Where were you the night the flames rose up to meet the sky? Where were you? You were nowhere. You were nothing. Just as you are nothing, you will not stop the flames. You will die.
Jesus, Billy, take it easy.
You nothing. You must move fast, Chris. Time is short. The evacuation is close.
Billy, I don't think I can make much more of this.
I have some documents here that will help you.
What are they?
Letters, reports. Read them. Read them and learn about the mystery.
Why is all this happening to me? Why is it so important? Why am I so important?
You are not important, Chris. Don't ever think that you are. The murders will happen again, but they can be stopped. You can stop them, but you yourself are not important. There are others.
Okay, I'm in.
Oh, leave me alone. My brother's over there.
Animal! Anglo! Here!
I'm getting close to him.
Yeah, get through, Bruce. Go on, get through.
Thanks for leaving us here with those jerks.
Come on, let's get out of here.
He can yet.
I'll explain later. Let's just get out of here.
We got it, we've been loyal. We win, you.
What?
Turn around.
What?
Drop your gun.
What? But you can't do this to me. I'm your friend. I'm your partner. Put some sun there, remember? Oh, you killed me, you filthy slime.
That wasn't very nice.
Come on, let's get out of here.
This is Radio 2BE. Bega police have asked that all residents in the Bega Valley take every precaution against the increasing bushfire threat. Although full-scale evacuation is not yet recommended, residents are asked to stand by their phones and listen for further radio bulletins. All flammable liquids should be...
Can you turn that garbage off? This is incredible. It's ridiculous. I won't believe it. What's the matter? Did you guys get up laughs or something?
I realise it's hard for you, but it's true. Lennon Young has been supervising and protecting the existence of a massive international drug ring.
And all the time he's been opposing drugs publicly and busting other smaller drug organisations, he's been feeding his own syndicate.
It's not true. It can't be. I've known Young for years. If anything like what you said had been happening, I would have known. I would have seen. I mean, I've made mistakes, but I'm a bloody detective.
Oh, he's clever. He's covered it very well.
Then how'd you guys find out?
That's information you're not classified to receive.
Oh, bullshit.
You say you're a good detective.
The best. It runs in the family.
Then you'll do as we ask.
I cannot kill a man I've been hired to protect.
We're not asking you to stop that man. We're asking you to stop another man. Lennon Young, you don't know.
There's no other way, John.
This man must be stopped.
Do I have a choice?
There's no other way, John.
What if I refuse?
This man must be stopped.
All right, I'll do it. Get out of my head. Shit.
the ever-present flames edge closer and closer and closer.
That's the whole story up until now. Crazy dreams, Billy Byrne, Asia. Pretty weird.
Incredible. You know, if this was a movie, I wouldn't believe you. But I believe you. I think you're nuts, but I believe you.
It's amazing.
It's true.
What did the papers that Billy gave you say?
They're definitely authentic documents. I've traced them back to the 1880s.
Okay. Some questions.
Go.
Who is Taylor?
I remember from one of the books on history, I was trying to find Schneider to see if he was still alive. I ran into trouble because Schneider is such a common German name. I discovered it's the German name for Taylor.
So that the letters were really to Schneider using the code name Taylor.
Could be a coincidence, but I very much doubt it.
So who is the boy?
Code name for Lamont Young.
That's what I think.
Well, I would say the boy is very sick.
I think this could be the key to the whole mystery. The theory is that Leonard Lamont Young had cholera. Cholera in the 19th century, something like that caused a major public panic. And the usual practice was to kill the victim before the sickness could spread.
And Young visited a lot of diggings where the sanitary conditions wouldn't have been all that hot. The disease would have spread like wildfire.
Wow.
Most of the documents Billy gave me, police reports, transcripts of the commission, some are statements from witnesses, but there are two marked confidential. And please don't up reading.
Which they weren't.
Right, listen to this. Taylor, you must not turn away from your duty, for it is an actual act of service to mankind. There is no one so blind as he who would not see where his duty must lead him. It's unsigned. There's more, listen. Dear Taylor, move soon, the boy is very sick. And the longer he lives, the greater the danger becomes. I agree with you, Taylor. Poisoning at sea is an excellent idea. Secret and swift. Ground the boat at Muttonfish Point, set the scene as best you can, and then you must fly. Trust us that your tracks will be well covered. So we must now terminate communications. Avoid Montreal at all costs. Good luck and may God save our souls. Again, this one's unsigned.
So Max Schneider was hired by the government.
Maybe.
Hired to kill Lamont Young.
And the boat beach, the cigars, the shirt studs, the tools, they were all a ruse to point the public in the wrong direction. And the police just went the other way. They thought it was for the common good.
Maybe it was. How to know what side to be in a situation like this?
There's none so blind as he who will not see. Maybe it wasn't cholera. Maybe that was a cover too. Maybe somebody higher wanted Young dead for other reasons. So they invented the cholera so that those who committed the murder would be doing good. It's a thought.
We'll never know.
What do we do now?
I think someone is planning to kill Leonard Graham Young. And I intend to do something about it.
Oh yeah, what are you going to do?
My theory is that all the major characters are here. Leonard Graham Young is Lamont Young. Detective Campton, the grandson of the original, is here in town. The three fishermen are the boatmen who will take Young to Montague Island tomorrow night. And Constable Berry is Constable Terry.
That is really over the top.
I don't understand it either. Reincarnation or something. The point is, the key figure is missing. We don't have a Schneider. I've got to find out who Schneider is because he is Young's murderer.
Where are you going to start?
I'm going downtown to see Detective Campton. I'm going to see him in the park in 15 minutes.
Is it a he might be in on your little plot?
Now, Campton's one of the good guys. And besides, he will know the name of Young's assistant. And that will be our Schneider.
Hey, it sounds exciting. Can I come with you?
No, you stay here. I've got a feeling I've been chosen for this, and it's something I've got to do alone.
Oh, Chris, don't be so melodramatic.
About feeling about all of this.
So have I, when I've gone, lock the door, and don't let anyone in, even if you think you know what.
Chris, come on.
I really want you to, all right?
Okay. Chris, is it really this serious?
I think it is. See you later. And don't forget to lock the door.
Kelly? In a minute.
Wow.
Must be all over Brown Mountain by now.
Perhaps someone will tell us where to panic.
Yeah, well, the flames are the other side. When they come over this side, it's when you panic. There's no need to fear what you can't see.
It's very beautiful.
Turn on the light.
Lock the door.
And lock the door.
After all, it's better to be safe than sorry.
Take it easy, Billy. Take it
Ah,
easy.
that's what I was going to say too.
Billy, what are you doing here?
Oh, well, I come to take a hostage.
Oh, my
Like in the movie.
Yeah, sort of. I write Chris a little note telling him to keep on the bay. If he don't, you buy it, doll.
Billy, I thought you wanted to help Chris.
Oh, well, you know, I like to feed the plot a little. Keep everything interesting, you see.
Oh, my God.
Shut up.
Billy, you know, in the movies, the bad guy always loses.
Oh, I know. But this ain't a movie. Now just stand over there and write Chris a little note, dear. Let's see. Blood on the floor. A note on the door. Do what you feel, only feels are real. Keep away from the bay. We have the girl. She stays alive if you stay sensible. Let the circle complete. Keep away from the bay. Sign?
Billy, you're Schneider.
That's a fact, Jack.
Schneider! It was Schneider! Oh, Christ, Billy, she's only a kid, you hit her.
No, really? Get away from her. She'll be all right. It's not her destiny to die.
Is it mine?
Whatever will be, will be. Come on, let's go in this one, eh?
Oh, my God.
Detective Camp, I know this must be hard for you to believe.
Hard. It's outrageous.
Oh, believe me, I know. Let's run through it right from the beginning. 106 years ago, a man named Lamont Young surveyed the Montreal goldfields. With him were Max Schneider, his assistant, and 3 fishermen, Casey, Towers and Lloyd. Shortly after you arrived, they all disappeared. Now I believe I have proof. Young and the 3 fishermen were murdered by Schneider and an accomplice. They were poisoned, they had their bellies slit, and they were dumped into the ocean outside Mystery Bay. Now I think Schneider was working for the government. And believing Young had cholera, he thought he was doing the right thing.
Right.
And I think it's going to happen again. I think that Leonard Graham Young will be murdered tomorrow night when he sets out Montague Island.
So do I.
And we can stop it if we can just find the new Did you say?
Chris, I've been having the same dreams as you have. I know it's happening.
Why the hell didn't you say so?
Chris, there's something I must tell you. I've been selected.
Chris! Chris, thank God you're all right, Chris.
Kelly, what's up with Diana?
She's gone. Billy took her.
Billy?
He had a gun and he took her.
A real gun?
Yeah, a real gun.
Why?
I don't know. Chris. Billy is Schneider.
Billy is Schneider?
I left this note for you.
Blood on the floor, a note on the door. Do what you feel, only feelings are real. Keep away from the bay. We have the girl. She stays alive if you stay sensible. Let the circle complete. Keep away from the bay, Schneider. My God, I trusted Billy.
Look, it's okay, Chris. We'll get Diana back. Just stay calm.
Stay calm? Diana's been kidnapped by some supernatural lunatic and you tell me to stay calm.
No, he's right, Chris. Diana will be all right. Billy wouldn't hurt her.
Jesus!
Hi, everybody!
Boss, where is she?
Now,
I'll kill you, where is she?
Chris, can we talk about
Where's
this?
Diana? Trusted you.
Wait, let me at him. I almost had him.
Husband Terry's got Diana kidnapped her.
Oh, bullshit. It's not Bermagui mystery is repeating itself. In just a few short hours, Leonard Graham Young will set sail for Montague Island. With him will be 4 other men. The boat party will make an unscheduled stop at Mystery Bay, where a man will be waiting. There is only one man who can change the face of Lamont Young's eternal destiny. And that man is here. Hey, diddle, the cat and the fiddle. The cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed just to see such a trick. And the dish ran away with a spoon.
Where's Diana, Billy?
Don't know.
Will she be all right?
Don't know.
Why did you do this?
Oh, Chris, you're a bit too trusting. You can't expect everything in a mystery to be laid out for you.
Where's Kelly?
Don't know.
What happened to her?
Don't know.
Will she be all right?
Don't know.
You got any cigarettes?
Don't smoke.
Does Camphor want me in jail?
Don't know.
Can I trust him?
Maybe. Look, Chris, don't get so upset. I'm sorry, but I had to make things a little bit hard for you. I just had to.
I've got to get out of here and stop those murders. I've got to get to Bermagui. I've got to get out of here.
What will you do now?
Don't talk to me.
You've only got a few hours before Mr. Young sets sail for Montague, eh?
I know.
Hey, looks like the game is over.
The game's not over. The game's just beginning.
But you
Don't
can't
tell me
get...
what I can and can't do. I will be out of here and I will stop those murders.
What the hell caused the fires on?
Something I've got to do.
I think I'll take a nap.
When do I get out of here? I've been here for hours. I've got an appointment tonight. When do I get to see someone?
Not for a while yet, Mr. Jones. You're being held on suspicion of murder.
Murder? Who's murder?
A body was found at 7:35 this morning in a shallow grave close to your apartment building. At present, you are the most likely suspect. The body was that of Diana Maria Petty.
Go!
It looks like the game is over.
The game's not over. The game is just beginning. It's my destiny.
Do what you feel. Only feelings are real.
Put yourself together. You can do it. You can do it.
Fire all over the place. We had a terrible wind on Thursday.
Do what you feel.
Diana, I know who killed Lamont Young.
Chris, is it really this serious?
What are you doing here?
I'll ask you a few questions, Mr. Jones.
I didn't do it, all right. I don't know anything about it.
We'll sort that all out in a minute.
I loved it, for Christ's sake!
Paul, could you go up and get me a coffee?
Sure.
No, wait a minute. I think I'd like something to eat. Can you get me a salad roll?
I'll have to go down to town. I don't think I should leave.
Don't worry, Mr. Jones is not a common criminal, are you? Fine.
Okay.
Where's Kelly?
He's fine.
Where is she?
She'll be okay. Where's Billy?
He's over there in the next cell.
Good. I want to help you escape.
And how do I know I can trust you?
Well, maybe you can't.
So why should I have to listen to you?
You have much choice.
What do you want me to do?
Just sleep. Ball's out and Terry's not here. Just go. I'll say you've been up and left.
All right, Camphor, but if this is a trick, I swear I'll kill you.
Oh, terrific.
What about Billy?
He's not going anywhere.
All right.
Chris.
What?
Good luck.
Is he coming?
Yes.
Let's go.
Come on.
They didn't have any food for everybody. I had some mayonnaise. Where's everybody? Mr. Camphor!
afternoon, shoppers, and welcome to Dave's Shopping World. We have been asked to inform you that the fire has just come over Dr. George Mountain, and at present, 4 houses in the glebe are on fire. Others are in danger. Houses in the Bega North and Bega West are also threatened. Fire control officers recommend that people return to their homes and that necessary precautions be taken pending further bulletins. And now, just remember, shoppers, that we are running a special on bright yellow buckets in our hardware section this afternoon. Thank you for shopping Dave's New World, and remember, have a nice day.
Oh, there's no need to worry. God says so. It's going to rain. There'll be no more fire. You'll see.
The afternoon grew very still. People watched and listened and prayed as the wind slowly died away. The fire raged on, and by 6 o'clock that evening, 21 houses had gone under as fuel to the unstoppable flames. Bega panicked. We had helicopters and news reports and fire engines and police cars. The streets that should have been deserted were packed with troublemakers, rainmakers, and newsmakers. And then at 8:16 p.m, the impossible happened. It rained. And it rained and it rained. It came from the east, a huge mass of broiling grey cloud that seemed to implode in on itself as it rolled along. Garnished with stark flashes of blue-white lightning, nobody could believe it. I remember watching people with their necks craned right back, just watching the skies. Everyone stopped and watched and listened. Firemen, reporters, kids, watched as the giant rolled into the valley. Within 15 minutes, it coated the sky, just one solid blank mass. And then it was quiet once more. Nobody moved. Nobody said anything. We were just waiting for the Lord's next move, and then it hit. And when it hit hard. Say sheets of rain, and that wouldn't cover it. No, it was more like a solid pouring of water onto the land that wouldn't let up. Drops as big as your fist. In some places, hail that didn't hit the ground so much as smite it. There were people screaming, cheering, dancing in the street. The fires went out and the ash ran into the gutters as steam and smoke were ripped up and torn away by the wind. Lightning laughed and jeered from the heavens to the earth, dancing and twisting. And watched and thought of the end of the world, and oblivion crept into your heart. Near Bermagui in Montreal, the site of the old gold diggings that had become covered in tea tree and scrub was now bare. The fire had cleared it back, and now the ash was swept from the land and became the bare, pitted ground it had been in 1880 when Lamont Young walked its length. The rain worked at eroding the site, and the land bubbled as long-buried miners, bottles of ale and billies surfaced and tasted the air once more. Huge trees danced and screamed and swirled and fell to the wind. The rain came down to forgive and bless and punish. Mud flowed and the beaches became howling hells. And on one beach, a bay, one beach,